everyone, welcome to another booktube video. My name is Ailsa and today I am going to do a Trash My TBR video. I've enjoyed watching these on other people's channels and I thought since I've got such a massive TBR pile at the moment that I'm really trying to cut down, I thought it would be a fun video to make and see if you can help me cut off some books from it. This video is YA themed because I have quite a hit and miss relationship with YA books at the moment, particularly YA contemporary. I quite often find that I just can't connect with the characters and the plot lines in it. Either if they're contemporary ones, I find that they're a little bit boring, usually because they are just the nature of them being characters written as though they are high school characters, and me being not in that situation at the moment, I can't find myself getting invested in their stories very much. That was the situation with the Holly Bourne book that I read in the autumn. I just couldn't care about the characters and the problems enough. The other thing I find sometimes with YA fantasy novels, which I do read a bit more often, is sometimes they are fantasy plot lines that I've seen done again and again. I'm a little bit done with reading YA dystopian books because I felt like they got quite samey for a little bit. I think something about the predictability of certain plot lines is what I'm disliking as well then. So with that kind of said, let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, if you think I should stick with them being on my TBR pile to get to sometime, or if there's any that you think I could cut out, because that would be really helpful as well. So the first book that I'm going to mention is A Tragic Kind of Wonderful by Eric Lindstrom. I read the first, or I think previous at least, I don't know if it was his first book that he wrote, which was called Not If I See You First, and that was about a blind girl, and I enjoyed it. This one I really don't know much about the plot at all. I've just had a wee look at the blurb, and it says this girl is mourning for the death of her brother, she's losing some friends, and there's something else going on that not even her close friends know about, and it doesn't say what that is. Reading that blurb just now, it doesn't massively make me want to hold on to it. I think it's survived on my TBR pile this long because I did enjoy the first book, but if anyone has actually read this one, I would love to know what you thought of it. The next book I want to talk about from my TBR is The Witch's Kiss by Katharine and Elizabeth Corr. This is about a girl who is a witch. I don't know if it's secret that she's a witch or if witches exist in this world, and then there's a boy comes along who he likes, but there's a curse involved and things like that. I kind of thought it sounded interesting, and I've got the sequel to this as well. I believe it is a trilogy. I'm interested in it, but I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those books where I feel like it's been done before. So I would love to know what you think of that. Then I have The Hate You Give by Angie, and I'm sure a lot of you will have read this, so please let me know what you thought. I hear the hype, and I hear that it is an important story for a variety of reasons. I also think it sounds quite miserable by the nature of the sort of story it is, and that does not encourage me to read it. But if I'm wrong, if I should accept the misery and trauma and read it anyway, let me know. The next book is called Showstopper by Hayley. Again, I don't really know much about this. It's set in a circus, I think. I don't know if there are fantasy elements to it or if it's just fiction. Yeah, really don't know much about it at all, other than there's kind of more going on at this circus than what there seems to be, but even if that's just the treatment of people behind the scenes or anything like that, I am not sure. If you've read this, please let me know what you think of it. It's lovely and shiny, it's very pretty. I think that's what endeared it to me, but I don't know, is it worth hanging on to? And then finally I have Looking for Alaska by John Green. Again, I suspect several of you will have read this. I've only read one John Green book, and that is Turtles All the Way Down, although I have watched the film of The Fault in Our Stars, and I would like to read that book sometime to see how it compares. I'd always kind of meant to read some John Green books to see how they went, having heard so much hype kind of about them. And I think I got a hold of this copy when one of my friends was putting it out. Would love to know what you think. Is this worth hanging on to? Is it going to be predictable and trite? I think I've heard a couple of negative things about some of John Green's earlier books, which might have included this one, so please, enlighten me. Should I keep hold of this and read it sometime? So those are the 5 YA books on my TBR that I want you guys to trash for me, so go ahead, let me know what you think, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye!